Hi everyone and welcome to another short yoga flow with me, Rosie. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and I really hope you enjoy this one. We're actually going to get started today kneeling on the back of our mats. So if you want to grab a block or a bolster to make that a little bit more comfortable, feel free to. So it might be that you choose to sit up on a block or on a bolster or on a pillow. And when you get here, just simply rolling the shoulders back, taking a soft gaze forwards, and then when you're ready, releasing those shoulders down. And we're going to take Padma Mudra. So we're going to take thumbs together, baby fingers together, and the other fingers kind of splayed out. And release the hands down, maybe onto the knees or into the lap. And then when you get here, just close down through the eyes. You can drop the chin down to the chest if it feels nice. And as we arrive today, just starting by noticing the breath. So as you breathe in on that inhale, is the breath long? Is the breath short? Is it maybe reaching all the way down to the belly? Or maybe it's just reaching the chest. So always just heightening that awareness of the breath. So notice where it's at when you come to your practice. Or maybe even when you're just sitting at your desk. Just notice the breath. We're training the brain to just notice it. And as we notice the breath, we welcome it in exactly the state that it is. So we're not trying to change anything here. So using Padma Mudra, which is what we have with the hands now, we're going to use that mudra to envision just welcoming in new energies. So in January, it's the start of the year. It's a good time to welcome in that new energy and find a release for the old. So as you breathe here, maybe imagine as you inhale in through the nose, new energy, expansion, anything that you might be wishing for in the coming year. And as you exhale, just let go of anything that might not have been working for you last year. Few more breaths here. One last inhale in through the nose. Exhale, breathe out through the mouth. Just letting go of everything. And we can release those hands now, so allow them to go to wherever they may need. Maybe it's hands down on the thighs, that sign of grounding. Maybe palms facing up, that sign of surrender, wherever feels good. And just drop the chin down through center towards the chest. Keeping eyes closed as we inhale, just drawing the right ear around to the right shoulder. So starting to take some neck rolls. As you exhale, dropping chin down through center, inhale, left ear up to left shoulder. And just keep going with this movement a couple of times, working with that breath, so linking it in. And allow yourself here to really drop into sensation. So notice how this feels. It might be that you start to take the head all the way around and drop it back, opening through the throat, moving round. Whatever feels good, whatever feels comfortable for you. If you're taking those full circles, going the other way as well. And then when you're ready, next inhale that you find, maybe the head is back, maybe it's forwards, just taking it back down, chin to chest. And then keeping eyes closed, inhale, just draw the arms up above the head. And from here, where they are, just release fingertips. So start to find some movement through the fingertips. And maybe this starts to move and it becomes through the hands, through the wrists as well. And it might be that it just stays here. You're taking that small movement. Or maybe you start to check in with that intuition and that movement gets a little bit bigger. So maybe the arms start to move. The torso starts to move. Head, neck, fingers, hands. Wherever it may be. And just ask yourself, what would feel nourishing here? So whatever it is, whatever feels good, whatever feels right, just allow yourself to go there. The eyes are closed. No one can see the movement that you're taking, the movement that's working. So just do what feels good. It might be that hands start to drop down as arms start to tire, and then they rest on the knees, but then you keep moving through shoulders, through head. There are no wrongs here. Asking yourself what would feel nourishing right now, and then responding through that movement. When you're ready, taking those hands forward, so fingertips almost to the knees, we're going to round through the back and drop the head down. And the next inhale that we find, sweep fingertips behind us, they might not reach the floor, and we lift the chest, lift the head, gaze to the sky. Time to open the eyes now. A few more of these as you exhale round. As you inhale, lift. Exhale round, just starting to warm up through the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, rounding again. And then drawing hands towards you, coming back up through neutral. Gaze is forwards. As we inhale, take those arms up above the head. As we exhale, hands come down through heart center and Jali Mudra, palms pushing together. Pause when the hands are at around the heart space, so just near the chest. And then when you're ready on the inhale, breathing in, just twisting the body around to the left. Exhale. So every inhale here is that opportunity to breathe in, to lengthen. Every exhale, that opportunity to twist a little more, palms pushing together. One more inhale here. Exhale as we start to move back through center. Inhale, moving round to the right, so just turning into that twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Might be that the gaze drishti goes behind you, or maybe it settles in the center towards the hands. One more inhale here. Exhale back through center. And as we inhale, draw those arms up again. This time as we exhale, we're going to cactus the arms, so elbows come out to the side, hands open, fingertips expanding, gaze to the sky. Maybe you find a slight back bend here. As you exhale, palms come together, we round through the back, close down, thumbs towards the third eye. Ajna Mudra in between the eyebrows. Inhale, open, find that space. Exhale, round and close. So we're undulating here, keeping those repetitions. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, round, close. And then from here, just taking those hands down towards the mat. So we're going to reach them forwards. Tuck under toes and come towards our first downward facing dog. So if you've got any props, you might just move them out of the way. And when you get here, just take anything that feels good. So it might be pedaling out through the feet. It might be that you take movement through the head, through the neck. Whatever it may be. Just pedaling out, feet hip distance apart, hands shoulder distance apart. Maybe it's that you simply take a second of stillness. And when you're ready, as we inhale, we're going to roll forwards towards the front of the mat. Drop the hips, keep the toes tucked and lift the chest. So coming into a variation of upward facing dog. And take some breaths here. So notice how this feels. How does that feel? Open heart, open chest. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, roll it back to your downward facing dog. As we inhale, rolling forwards again, open hearts. Exhale, draw back. 2 more times. Inhale forwards. Exhale, roll it back. Inhale, roll forwards. Find that lift pushing down through the hands. Exhale, we start to roll back, and when we get to the toes, we drop the knees. Untuck toes and then allow the body to roll down, finding the belly. And we're going to come into a Sphinx. So just taking elbows underneath shoulders, palms down, gaze forwards. Might be that you take the feet a little bit wider here than hip distance. And take a soft gaze in front. Now, option here to stay in Sphinx. You can also take a bolster or a pillow underneath the arms if that feels like it's something that's going to give you a little bit of support. So maybe you're here leaning down, or option to deepen slightly and come in to cobra. So it might be that you take those fingertips from your Sphinx, fingertips come out slightly, a little bit wider, and you can drop the head here for starters and take elbows up towards the sky, and as you inhale, start to peel the head off, and as the head peels off, body peels off, and arms start to straighten, and you take that gaze forwards. If you're taking cobra, option to stay here, or maybe you undulate, so as you exhale, you can roll down, elbows coming up. As you inhale, find that lift. So your choice here, whatever feels good. Maybe you're staying with that movement. Maybe you're simply finding that stillness in the cobra or the Sphinx. Whatever it is. But see if you can focus on that breath if you're finding the movement. So 1 breath per movement. Finding that repetition. So the repetition often helps to focus the mind. We've got something that we're doing. When you're ready, everyone lowering down, releasing, taking those hands out if you were on the fingertips, using hands by the side of the body to push the body up and back. We're going to come into a child's pose, wide leg or narrow leg, whichever works for you. And we're just going to release down. And making it, regardless of whether you've got wide leg or narrow leg, making it a little bit restorative here. So taking hands a little bit nearer towards you, elbows maybe out to the sides, maybe you even find a pillow or support for the head. And just allow yourself a moment to close down here, a moment to rest. Noticing also if in these moments of stillness, the mind, the body starts to wander. So knowing that that's completely normal as well. And maybe if you find it difficult when the mind wanders, you try and draw that attention back to the breath, or maybe it simply comes back to the sensations in the body. So how do the hips feel? Slowly now starting to peel away, lifting head, using hands to help you. And we're going to come back onto the belly again. So releasing down. And then just coming to Sphinx or to cobra and those undulations again. So whatever feels good. And we're staying here with this idea of open heart, open soul. Allowing new energies into the body, so the same way we did at the start of class. So maybe you even imagine as you move here or as you find that stillness, what you're welcoming in. So whatever it is, movement, cobra undulations, maybe it's a Sphinx. And also knowing that whatever you've chosen to do, you can always just explore and then go, actually I'm going to do this. So if you started off doing those cobra undulations and then you feel like just lowering back into Sphinx, feel free to. So whatever works for you. It might just be that you're simply lying on the belly. So one more breath here wherever you are. And then if we all come to Sphinx, you push up. So push down through the left hand. We're going to take the right hand and thread it through and under the body. And then actually just allow the body to release down. Head, ear coming to the mats. And just take that left hand wherever feels comfortable and allow the weight to drop down. So we've done a lot of opening and now we come to just a minute to close everything. Finding a little bit of release here, imagining the body is heavy, allowing everything to feel as if it's melting. One more breath there in through the nose. Maybe you release it out through the mouth. And then slowly start to unravel the arms, pushing up, coming back to that Sphinx almost, and then threading the other arm through. So left arm threading underneath the body now. Releasing everything down on top of the arm and then finding a comfortable spot for the right hand, the right arm. Closing down through eyes. And releasing here. Inhale, starting to peel away, lifting body, moving mindfully. And then from here we're going to move towards our period of Shavasana, or a few minutes of rest. So it's your choice where you come to. It might be that you stay on the belly if that feels comfortable. Maybe you come on to the back, so our traditional Shavasana. Maybe you even just choose to sit in seated, so wherever it may be. Come to where you need to be. So if you're coming down onto the back, just releasing down, taking hands out to the sides, palms facing up, feet out to the edges. But really ask yourself, as with any practice, where do I need to be? Where feels best? And then when you get here, just closing down through the eyes. And asking yourself here, if I could make myself just that little bit more comfortable, what would I do? Maybe it's simply picking up those shoulders and placing them down. Maybe it's a final wiggle through fingertips, through toes. So whatever it is, welcome it in. And then find that release. Come back to the breath. How does the breath feel now? Does it feel different from the start of practice? Maybe it feels the same. So again, wherever it is, just welcoming it in. Our Shavasana is our moment for rest. So always remembering that there is nothing to do here, there's nowhere to be. We just wish to be present with the body, present with the breath. And again, maybe you imagine as you breathe, so inhaling in that prana, that energy spreading through the body. And as it spreads through the body, it unlocks, it releases. Allows us to find that moment of rest. Next inhale that we find, allowing it to move through, eventually reaching fingertips, toes, inviting in some gentle movements. And then just rolling over onto one side in your own time when you feel ready. Maybe those knees draw up towards the chest, so you take a moment here, feel into safety. Maybe those arms are wrapped around you. Notice that warmth. Ever so slowly, just using the hands to draw you up to seated, keeping eyes closed. So coming up to wherever feels comfortable. And when we get here, just taking those hands again, thumbs together, baby fingers together, the other fingers out, Padma Mudra. And in yoga we have this idea of devotion or devotional yoga practice, so bhakti yoga. So today we've practiced, we've nourished, we've welcomed in the new. And then I invite you here to just think of someone that you could devote your practice to. A loved one or someone that needs it. So we welcome in love in our practice. We welcome in new energy, we welcome in new love. And now, after practice, we see if we can send that love out. So it's expansive, ever growing. So just take a second here to think of that person that you'd like to devote the practice to. And then when you're ready, just releasing hands, taking them onto knees or onto thighs, and also taking a moment to say thank you to yourselves for finding the time to come to the mat, and thank you to the amazing lineage of teachers that have come before us. Breathing in through the nose. Exhale, release out through the mouth. Gently flutter open eyelids, coming back to the space, coming back to the room. Taking any movement that feels good, so maybe a roll through the shoulders. And coming back gently, so taking your time as you come out of practice. So thank you to everyone that practiced today. I hope you really enjoyed that class. If you did, please leave me a comment or a like or subscribe. I'm going to start putting new videos up weekly. So I teach in person as well. I've got a retreat coming up this year as well. So the idea is that the week after I teach all of my in-person classes, you guys will get a short 20-25 minute flow with the same theme that I've been teaching that week. So this was my theme this week. Well, last week, this is what I've been teaching in class, and next week you'll get what I'm teaching this week. So look out for more videos, and I hope to see you again on the channel soon. Thank you.